Yo, 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 what's happening, beasts? This is your boy ARG bringing you a week 1 update of the alt account. So, yeah, this is pretty much 1 week after the HyperDrive bundle purchase, just to get me up to speed, got me locked in for GAC for the week. So let's hop over and let's see how this actually went for us. There we go. So, in terms of week 1 and what we've been trying to do on the account this week is basically just trying to get a foothold and trying to make sure that we're gaining as many resources into the account as possible. So the best way to do this is, as you already know, but you may not know, Fleet Arena. Fleet Arena is the trinity of getting good rewards into your account, because those free, may I add, daily crystals that you can get will extremely help you in order to push forward and do your refreshes, more importantly, which not only accelerates your farm for gear, it accelerates your character farm. And if you can maintain that first place, again, you don't need to maintain it all day round, just specifically when your prizes are due to happen. So you need to be towards the end of that hour payout. You need to make sure that you are in at least the highest place that you can be in Fleet. So the first few days of this account, I managed to get the account into like 8th place in Fleet. I probably picked one of the worst times to create an alt account, because as of recent, there's been a huge influx of people buying these Lightspeed bundles, which give you've got your 7-star home 1. You also get Relic 5 Phoenix characters. So that doesn't give you much of a chance. And then more importantly, it gives you at least a fully fledged starting lineup for you to actually work with to climb. Granted, for us, we're just an itty-bitty 992,000 at the moment. So we don't even have relic characters. We are literally working with Gear 12/Gear 8 characters, and they do not cope against these high relic teams. So what are we doing? You've just got to kind of just aim for that range that you know that you can kind of climb to. So for me right now, it is knowing that outside, there we go, you're looking at positions from 28, but if you take a look at the start here, you can literally see for the best part that most people here are running like 5-6-star home 1s. And again, you've got these 7-star relic Phoenix or Rebel fleet, and we don't stand a chance. So for now, we're just taking this prize box of 21 to 50. We're just gaining those 50 crystals a day. It's less than ideal. We want to be gaining more than this, but we're just working with what we've got, because eventually all these guys will perish as we go and get exec as being our first farm. And all of these ships will then bow down to us because we are superior. But for now, we'll let them have it. They can have it for a couple of months. We'll just try and work through. We'll gain our crystals through GAC to maintain our refreshes, and then we can go from there. But like I said, what I've been working on so far on the account, also, this is definitely worthwhile for me, because this guy is going to need to be Gear 10, and for me, this is a no-brainer of an upgrade, because, oh wow, you can actually get these guys up and running if I really wanted to, but I may actually hold this for now. Don't need to spend that right now. So what am I doing? The first goal of the account is getting these characters. Why does that 3+ look weird? Why do I look weird? How about that? So what we're looking at is getting these executive requirements. Need to do the BAM or the Beskar Armor Mando requirements, because Razor Crest is a pivotal ship that needs to be a part of your executive fleet. So I will start farming these guys as well. But for now, trying to get these characters up to 7-star, get them up to relic, which, yes, you don't need to get them to 7-star to get them to relic, but they're going to need to be 7-star regardless. So we're going to farm the shards for those. The biggest priority for my ships right now is, you already know, Houndstooth. hitting the living daylights out of this node, 25, 50, and getting, like, not doing the 100 refresh. This ship needs to be 7-star as soon as possible. Bosk is going to be the first relic because this ship will be a nightmare for people. Even with those rebel fleets, especially when they don't have Millennium Falcon to dispel the protection up, all those attacks out of turn are going to be juicy for Houndstooth. So yeah, this is the priority for the account, is pushing the Executor requirements, pushing for Houndstooth, getting him as bulky as possible just to give us the best chance of being able to climb higher in fleet. And yeah, the goal after Exec, but again, Exec is definitely the priority farm right now, is working on Beskar Armor Mando. I've got a Zeta priority list that I'm kind of working on right now. But yeah, you can see here that we're already 1 week in, guys. We have 3 Gear 12 characters, which is pretty nice. Where, again, I've got a lot of these characters, well, not really, but we have some characters which are favorited, just trying to passively farm up their nodes, and then any energy that's left over is basically going into finishing Bosk as much as possible. And before you guys coming at me in the comments, yes, I have 6 speed mods, which are completely negligible because you only get a benefit from 4 speed mods. However, just applying mods onto this ship makes it more bulky, and that's all I'm going for. Like, I'm not overly prioritizing 2 pieces right now. I am literally, you'll check, every mod here is literally a speed mod. And I'm okay with that, because we're going to need a ton of them anyway, so we're just going to passively farm up those speed mods, and yeah, we will see where we end up. Any other major updates? So Captain Rex was my first Zeta, being used on his Lost Commander unique, because that enables you to really start running rings around your opponent. The next one is probably going to be either Sabine, because she has an AoE stagger, which means you can literally keep on rolling the turn meter with Captain Rex. Or Kanan may be the alternative Zeta, which I'm yet to decide. So that is pretty much the wrap-up of how the account is actually looking. I've kind of broken up my squads right now into, like, usable teams, if we can call them that. So again, we've got this Phoenix team, which is low gear, but still gets the work done. We've got Bounty Hunters, which this is going to be the, like, sort of ideal Bounty Hunter team. We have a Jedi faction. We have Empire here. So again, we've unlocked Mara Jade. Mara Jade, if you made this start, you've got Moff Gideon, you've got Darth Vader, you can then go and unlock Emperor Palpatine using really low geared, and like, you can actually use your Phoenix team to go and get a 5-star Palpatine. And this team, just go and get a 2-star Mara Jade. Literally, her abilities are fairly upgraded. No Zetas, level 70 right now. Again, just gear 7. Try to get a little bit of speed on her, but, you know, at gear 7, you can't really work with much. She's a game changer for this Empire team. You don't need her at high gear. Just get her up and running. Get her in this team, because it will make a huge difference. And then Night Sisters, and I didn't actually add the variation of Night Sisters, but I have decided to split my Cantina energy into getting Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth, because these 2 characters, especially in the late game even, they are destroyers. They're such a good team. Amazing team. Really easy to actually go and get, and you get really good benefit. Like, in terms of, like, the core 5 that you would want for this team, in the ideal scenario, would be, you need these 2, you need Morgan, Spirit, and then you can kind of use these 2 for now. Like, that would be the ideal 4th and 5th. But with what we're working with, you can literally do Asajj and Talzin. Again, Talzin breaks up away from the lead a little bit, but Darker's Revive just doesn't work with this team because, yeah, Great Mother's Kit prevents revives. So this is pretty much what we're going to be working with so far. We've got a couple of teams. Is it ideal for GAC? No. But we will make it work. And we'll keep pushing. We will keep trying to do what we can to keep the growth of the account. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And for those of you that don't know, there is actually a resource at the moment which let me go and find the page because I am completely unprepared. But many of you will know, let me hop over to the other screen a second. So we have this we have the Swiggle for Life, which is run by Bit Dynasty. Many of you will already know who Bit Dynasty is. If you don't, he's a great content creator for the game, especially across fleet counters. You have conquest guides. He's just a really great guy, and he's pushed out this really cool resource, which is the Grand Arena Leaderboard. And this is around the Content Creator GAC Leaderboard, actually. And you will see, that's me, I know. It's actually really cool to see that I'm just outside the top 6 or 7. So I kind of know where I'm talking about, slightly, maybe, ever so slightly. And you'll also see that, like, obviously that one is my main account. And if you go right to the bottom, this is us. We're also here for the smaller accounts. So the idea is that this has all been put together for us to basically allow not just us, but the community to actually see where your content creators are up against. And if you're in a particular bracket, or you're struggling in a particular bracket, or you're just looking for advice, like, you can literally find accounts which may, in fact, be in a similar place to you. So again, I have my main account, which is up here, and then obviously my alt now, which is right to the bottom because it's 1 week old, and that's the data that we're dealing with right now. But just thought that I wanted to share that. So if anybody, and again, feel free, like these content creators are obviously far superior to me in terms of the content that they produce. But if it, like, go ahead, hop over, go and compare your rating. Again, this is based off of your skill rating, and your skill rating can actually be found in game, where you basically, you go into the game, you scroll all the way to the left, go to championships, and if you click leaderboards, in the top right-hand corner, it will give you your skill rating, and then you can basically cross-check that against this GAC leaderboard and see whether or not you have an opportunity to go up against one of the content creators. And then very quickly, let's go and head over to, let's see if we can actually find our account now. Yes, perfect. This is a guild I'm a part of. It's 213 million. I will be looking for an alternative guild for now, because this is just a little bit too high to what we are able to actually compete with. So again, that's the importance of finding an account, finding a guild which works for you, because yeah, you need it to work alongside your schedule and what the direction that you're trying to go. So for example, this guild is running the latest raid, the Order 66 raid, which we cannot put a score in, so therefore we get 0 rewards, so it's a waste for us to be here. And then secondly, it's running Rise of the Empire, which we can only really deploy, which is free rewards for us, but it's not really contributing much to the guild. But we will wait to see. We will wait to see what happens. So, back on track. GAC, for week 1, guys, we went 2-1. So the first day, we did pretty well. We scored an 829. We one-shot all of his board, and we got through. So great free crystals for us. Round 2 was a close one. We won by 11 banners, and we dropped once on fleet, and then was a nice easy cleanup with home 1 afterwards. Our opponent did actually drop a few times versus our Mother Tals and Night Sisters team, and eventually got it done with this radical team. And then, yeah, obviously just one-shot the rest of our ships. And round 3 was bust for us. I did try. Crew is actually a real menace in 3v3 early on in the game. So if you're looking for a bit of inspiration, a team just to try and throw on defense, just to make it a little bit more challenging, try putting this team down. I know this is 3v3 and we're now moving into 5v5. But in the early game, I literally threw some big, heavy teams at trying to get this down. And then eventually I threw the kitchen sink at trying to beat it and was unsuccessful. You know me, guys. For me, the match isn't over until I have burnt my roster. Because, you know, you can sometimes end up taking a side, like here. And you just never know where you're going to end up. So 2-1 for our very first week in Carbonite, which put us in our 2nd to 4th slot, which gave us some Zetas, give us some extra crystals in order to proceed with growing the account. So that will be wrapping up our week 1 update of the account. If there's any information you found useful, or you're wanting to just basically watch this journey as we go along, why not subscribe down below, so that way you're not going to miss any of these updates as we go along on this journey. And secondly, if you can just drop a like, comment if you have any questions, and any links to the Discord, or my Discord rather, can also be found in the description box below. And I will also share the GAC leaderboard that we've previously talked about in this video also, just so you have a nice, quick, easy access to that resource as well. So guys, thank you so much for being here and watching this week 1 update of the alt account. And I will love you and leave you. I will catch you in the next one, and I hope that you guys take it easy, and I will speak to you guys in the next one. Deuces.